Sure upon us in Milwaukee at the Pfizer Forum. Senior Day at Marquette. And they are going to be taking...
Talk about Alex Karaban, and as long as he's been there 4 years, it seems like longer, but when you're up in the 140s in terms of games played, you got to talk about him. But for Jace Ross, Ben Gold, like really buying property in college basketball, retention.
Indeed.
So important. Yeah. I'm looking early here, Tim, at the veteran Silas. Very important against this UConn team. They're not a fast team. They're not going to get out and breakneck speed, but you can't give them extra chances.
Reed, beautiful dish.
Defensively as well, as you saw there.
Gold with that dribble handoff. Tough shot.
Understanding where the pass needs to come from, where it's going to. Big.
Yeah, Gold can be golden from downtown. Cranks up a three. And
a whiteboard over there telling you how many deflections they have.
Slip by Reed, a good one, and the ball fake to go with it.
Boy, he is a low. Make him uncomfortable because he knows how to carve out space early.
Oh, James on a blow-by against Emery. That's not easily a convert. And yet another recycle off an offensive rebound. And solo ball. Solo does. And it's 9-5.
So
Emery's existence, because he was new, and so much of what he was doing led to, I think, Solo's not being as effective.
That play out of bounds under to Parham.
Reed on a dribble drive.
How about that? He faked the pass or the handoff, kept the dribble. Former teammates Danielle Marshall was his trainer the last few years out on Long Island. Close with.
I'm always impressed when Donnie gives Danielle some love, because he's probably been confused with Danielle. Ooh. That one hung on the rim for quite a while. Solo ball has one go crying off the front. The injuries that they both encountered. Bone spurs and shoulder injuries. And then transition. Nigel James is
getting downhill as the defense is on their heels. You got to be front-footed against UConn, meaning force the issue in transition, because now they get you in the half.
Karaban. They just know where one another are. This time it's knocked away, and it'll belong off the deflection to Marquette. Is with Klingon. Riba is developing, and we'll get there, no question about that. But from the opposition's point of view, it does change your mind. Demarius Owens playing with that mask after being hit in the head a couple of games back. Has that Rip Hamilton look out there, but
Hurley probably leads that. Again, he and Patino probably could win the award for that. Cole, personalities.
Stevens, look out.
I'd have to close on him. He's gotten much better shooting those three balls from the corner, Ross. Got away with him.
Look out! Jitterbug this!
But the turnovers, again, it slows you up, but it also
thwarted early on in this game. James has had a lot to do with that. Karaban off the feet inside, and there's a foul. I think they might get Hamilton.
Dribble. So you have to get up into him just a little bit with your hands high.
We've had a lot of UConn games. Well, it's taken this long for Karaban to get in the scoring column, and yet he still makes the daggers at games. I talked with Alex before the game. He's one of those guys you have to congratulate as you see James with an answer from downtown.
Yeah.
I could see him being announced as a UConn head basketball coach. I could see that happening.
All right. As long as he doesn't want to be a color analyst. I don't care what he does.
Beautiful. Everything but the finish there. Ball has Mullins. Where you miss a perimeter jumper, and the Huskies will make...
Because they're not a team that plays with pace, but they will take those opportunities and get out and run.
Cross off the bounce. Beautiful use of... There's the dump down to Reed. He's already got more rebounds than Marquette. I dare say this is not a team that you would think only had 6 conference wins, Marquette, the way they're playing. Again, a beautiful move that time. Would
be a priority, because they will play all the way to the 3-second mark on that shot clock.
Gold has to be careful. Nice runner. Have been in the paint, so they've been living in the lane, and second chance points come that way as that one's knocked away again by Owens. A team that had won more than 6 conference games. And now look today and how they're competing. Up against the clock. And the defensive job well done. Mullins, a 360 move.
The contact might have got slapped on the arm, but the follow-up.
Boy, I tell you, James.
Of all the great freshmen we have in college basketball today.
Reed, no help coming, and
with help, but
Parham lost it down low. Now he's fouled by Reed, and that's a giveaway foul. When Reed has gotten in trouble, it's been with...
In my opinion, when you're an official on that baseline and you have these big bodies, the easy tournament starts. Watch the feet on the gather, and now the extension to the guys.
Demery, a floater.
Look at him staying with it.
Yeah, gets it back out to Mullins. Never had the shoulder squared there. Raba, Caravan. Finding Riba, the ball's on the deck. Look at that hustle.
Wow.
Human floor burn down there. The half after playing so well for so long. Mullins, look out. Oh, and discard underneath the basket with Rob today, and our congratulations go out to Seth. You look at the basketball tournament brackets. St. John's is the one. It's tough in this league when you lose a game like that to rebound. Ross, little hang time, and on that follow, a foul is spotted under.
He tries to help his teammates dig out another offensive rebound, and that's 9 offensive rebounds for UConn in the half.
For Marquette, we're changed to a 2. Now, look, I touched on this just a couple of minutes ago. We got 3:11 left.
Maybe more important than your execution. Because teams will make shots, broken plays, get some work you. UConn has made teams pay.
And Shaka Smart understands this because Nigel James coming back on the floor. Saw that in real time. I didn't either, so I get it.
I don't like to disagree with.
He's hit on 50% of his free throws today. He's going to need to make all of the. Now Marquette with a chance to convert. Off the bounce, a big one for Adrian Stevens. Fan base across the way rises to attention here. Trying to fight off all of these offensive rebounds and second chance points. And Riba gets another to fall.
Poise and such patience when they get into their sets.
Stevens. Oh, beautiful runner. See that perimeter ball pressure being extended by Marquette. Demery, just tough. Kenny Anderson is smiling after watching Stevens, right? He's like, there's a right-handed version of me out there making
the Kenny Anderson comparisons, okay?
Yeah, he's up there.
He's
Marbury.
He is a god.
Yes.
We got. Not saying Adrian Stevens can't get there, but let's just pace ourselves. They deflect, and then they get 15 points in transition. They're going to need more of that in the second half.
Nigel James. Hello. How do you do?
For Marquette, you're only down 2, but their 3 studs, UConn, haven't been around.
Reed. Good idea to not
call right there. They got to clean that up. Players are going to start to get hurt.
Also critical, there's Reed one more time where he can devastate you. Hamilton has come in for Ben Gold. James going crossover again, and is fouled by Demery as he takes it to the 10, and that's number 2 on.
Just a tiny bit more space. Not that Demery can't stay with him, but change up your looks. Instead of 100% pull up, you have the size advantage. Those type guys you got to play around with a little.
James is 3rd in the nation among. Shot clock under 10. Nice pass inside to Hamilton, and he converts off the win.
And by the way, still up 2 points, Tim. So
James, beautiful pass. He knew where Hamilton was. And this team was vying for and winning Big East titles and ball with a silencer from downtown.
Look, you can't second, as I say, gets one to go because they've been struggling from there.
Oh, man. James can just get underneath you. Demery really
in college basketball, especially low man wins. Ooh, good move by Demery. Oh, don't show him everything, Silas. Woo!
He was showing his wares.
NCAA's that gives the game what it needs and doesn't force. Very rarely do you see him forcing much.
By Demery. And we gave him the old announcer jinx. Beautiful pass out of the post to Mullins. And he's still cold.
Yeah.
He had gotten some experience with Sonogo.
Yep.
Sonogo was the returning player of the year. And that next year, you really wanted to see more of Klingon than you did. Ross. And that's a three ball that they'll take from.
But players have to be more. You got to be more fundamentally sound setting that pick up.
Look out. Parham filling it up. Mullins is 0 for 7 from beyond the arc. Look out. Oh, a ball fake and a beauty. Oh. Huge factor.
Sometimes as a player out of a timeout, you're trying to help so badly that you run the play instead of just being a basketball player.
And on that dribble drive, a repeaters for UConn. There's a turnover. Ross to the rack.
This game downhill.
Another deflection. Stevens. And a foul. Wave that off.
No great wisdom has been without a touch of madness.
Yes,
we know
indeed.
that.
Yeah. The great Kurt Gowdy, who was for me to be with Al because of the other magnificent stars and analysts like Vaid. But a lot of time remaining and holding on against a team that has as many out pitches.
Something that Danny Hurley, Coach Hurley, has always done is he's shown confidence in Caravan and ball.
You notice Nigel James got an extra minute and 13 seconds coming out of that timeout. Smart move by Shaka, because he's going to need him on the deck the rest of the way, and that's a tie ball.
Demery. The boys in baby blue are standing on the perimeter. No crashing there. You got to crash and try to get that offensive rebound.
That ball was deflected, and it belongs to Marquette.
Like that corner three.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, that's the confidence. And he does shoot 37.
It's a 7-minute UConn drought. James just threw that one up. Every loose ball to Marquette. And that is a...
Not worried about who they're playing, the record, their record. They're playing basketball.
There's the follow by Ross as Reed was pressured defensively.
On team, but they're right now being pressed.
Ross. Oh, the soft southpaw. Man.
That's the keeping the dribble alive.
Yeah. Reed comes out the show. Why not? If good on one. Look at that. Stevens again on the deck. But a return to sender by Demery.
Need it.
Mullins.
Got it.
And there's a foul against Parham. Give Demery the next personal foul for either team. Mullins. That's the way they did. We were on hand for that one. I certainly thought the Creighton victory, given the loss of Ross.
Keep him in front.
Parham, a good ball fake again. There's contact underneath, and the foul spotted.
Middle's defensively that far away from the hoop.
You know, sometimes you get lost when you think of the talent. When teams arrive at MSG next week, and Shaka Smart is interviewed, he'll be saying, "We just wish the season was shoulder harness."
And he's made a couple from deep this half as well. After taking game of chess now begins the last 3 minutes of this game.
You might want to use that clock a little bit more with each position. James looks for the rack. Gold! Oh, what a golden moment for the senior! If they hold on and win this game, do you think the shot in the paper tomorrow of that slam by Gold might make it past the end?
By Adrian.
Norman and Hamilton are in to play defense. as Golden.
Understanding when, time, and score, and keeping his team calm and poised. There's zeros on that clock.
And now, with that free throw made, it is officially a two.
James Jr.
UConn can only stop the clock one more time. Caravan with a killer? No. Air ball. Put back is a beauty by Ross. Demery. Caravan.
Wow. Wide open.
And that's a foul underneath. And it's going to. Just keeping Terrace Reed on the defensive end. This to cut it to 2.
Beautiful. Such a value to have a big that can.
Or win it.
Gotta go.
On this possession. Demery! No! Rebound! Marquette! Technicals plus the foul. Ball. That
era, a 1-1 here.
Yep.
This game, this win helps.
By the way, the questions are going to be, can you hold on to a guy like James? Well, if you're Shaka Smart's program. Congratulations, Marquette, on a signature win.
Again, it's about culture for Marquette, and if you continue to believe in that culture, regardless of your record, work their tails off from the tip. This is nothing they don't deserve. This is what a win for them.
Our last game together.